if somebody's eating you alive, if somebody is sucking the life force out of you, and I don't just mean if they have cancer or they're ill or they've had a car accident, you're being a friend. But we all know people who stick their fangs in your neck and they don't let go. It's like that awful commercial with the car suckers, the people that land on, because you're paying for other people's insurance. And so they're landing on this woman's car and she's got the windshield wipers going and they look like big sucker fish. And finally she sticks this little mechanism in her car and it shows that she's a good driver and off they go. We all know people like that. To remove them is your responsibility. I always say, if somebody is not good enough for, in women's case, oh, I just love him even though he's mean. If he's not good enough for your mother, your daughter, your sister, your best friend, they say, oh, no, of course not. Then what are you doing with him, idiot? I've done the same thing for men. If she is not someone you'd want your brother to marry or your son to marry or your father or your best friend, what are you doing with her? Just because somebody knocks on your door doesn't mean you let him in. Maybe you just peek through the peephole. Maybe you open the inside door. What do you want? Use your intuition. Trust that gut. Trust that gut. Especially if you live by yourself. It could be a crook trying to get in. The other night, there was a grandmother who chased 3 kids out of her house. They went flying. Fortunately, one didn't have a gun and turned around and shoot her. So just because somebody knocks, it's the karma to knock. It's the karma for you to know that person's there. Use your intuition, your gut, your soul's mind. That's what your intuition is, your soul's mind. Use your intuition to determine whether or not you let that person in and how long you let that person in. Maybe it's just an afternoon. Maybe it's just a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a year or two, and you let that person go. Because if you try to hang on to that person, you're stopping your own progress in life. You're keeping yourself off your own path. You're just knocking yourself right off your own path of progress. And you're keeping them from doing what they're supposed to be doing. I've written something called Thoughts on Meditation. And we can't all follow the same pathway on our journey of life. We all have to follow our own path. Sometimes with soulmates. Soulmates are people you've been with in other lifetimes. Happy soulmates are people you should be married to. You've been happily married, husband, wife, husband in other lifetimes. And you've come back again. These are the people who met each other in school and they've been happily married for 50 years, or they each married other people, then they came back together again. And they're a really good fit because they recognize each other as children. And so therefore, when they get the opportunity to be together, they can be. So those are happy soulmates. Now, soulmates and neutrals. Neutrals are people you may have met as a neighbor 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago. They separate you out from the soulmates versus the people who are not kind. Or, I hate to use the word enemy, but the suckers of your life. The energy vampires. You have to use your intuition. Say you were told by your guardian angel you've got an hour left to live. How would you want to spend it? With one of these energy vampires or with people you love? Or kissing your cat. She's tired now. She's all reclining here, resting. How do you want to spend your life? Being productive? Meeting the God first, third eye to third eye and saying, I did a good job? Crossing over to the other side when it's your time with your angels and saying, I did everything I was supposed to do? Or are you going to spend your life being drained because you lost a friend or you lost people in the war or your neighborhood blew up and you and maybe one other family are left? Do something productive. You were left here because you have reasons to be here. God isn't stupid. The angels aren't stupid. They don't make those kinds of mistakes. Take something of comfort. If you can't have a real pet, get your babe the pig or a bunny rabbit and squeeze it. There's no surprise that babies love to squeeze something soft and squishy. It's comforting. It's like being on the inside of the womb. And so if you're an adult and you say, I'm lonely, I'm single, get yourself a stuffed animal of your choice. National Wildlife has a great catalog out now where you can donate 20 or any amount of dollars to that particular animal's care or research. You can get a bunny, you can get a snow leopard, you can get an elephant. I don't know why they have a diamondback rattlesnake there. I'm not thrilled with poisonous snakes, but you can get a stuffed pet that only you and God and the angels know about.